Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Will, back again with another X and Y Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. As of right now, I've just been challenging people on the passerby list, until I get some people who want to challenge me. I get really good battles, and I get some other battles, kind of like this one, with people who are just less experienced. Taking a look at her team, right off the bat, you can see, she's got a Delphox, she's got a Lapras. You don't really know what's going on here. But, sometimes that makes it really hard to predict what people are going to do. So, we can jump right into this. I wanted to upload this video to show and introduce one of my favorite Pokemon to use, which is Zoroark. It's tricky, it's great to use with Gengar. I'll get into it a little bit more later. But she's going to start off with her Delphox, and I'm going to start off with my Belly Drum Azumarill. She's going to want to switch out right away, so it gets me an easy opportunity to get off Belly Drum. This was an interesting move on her part, which makes me believe that she wasn't as experienced. She switches out to Lapras when she has a Venusaur on her bench. Venusaur is pretty globally known as a really good counter to Azumarill, but I guess she thought that maybe she could take me out with a Thunderbolt that this Lapras has, but Azumarill's pretty bulky, and Lapras just doesn't have that great an attack stat or special attack stat, so I'm able to hold on, and I'm able to get off a superpower against her, which will take out this Lapras right away. This is when she gets smart and she starts out her Venusaur, which I've got nothing against this Venusaur as an Azumarill, so I'll be forced to switch out here. She throws in Venusaur, a female Venusaur, if you can tell by the cone on the top of its flower. I didn't know that until after this battle. And I throw out Sceptile, my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's not even that great, but I just love using Sceptile. She Mega Evolves her Venusaur. Now I have a Mega Venusaur, and it runs Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, and Earthquake. Maybe she couldn't get Giga Drain on this Venusaur, I'm not sure. Maybe she's not a competitive battler. But she uses Petal Blizzard. While I try to use a Swords Dance. And she just takes me out with a Sludge Bomb. Maybe it's because I don't run Sludge Bomb on my own Venusaur, but I just completely didn't see that as as a possibility of happening. People run Sludge Bomb on competitive Venusaur, so that was just a completely awful move on my part. But I throw in Blaziken to see if I can't get a shot off on this Venusaur, and she's going to try to put me to sleep, which is something that I hate. I realize that Mega Venusaur is thick fat, so Flare Blitz isn't even super effective against it. It says it is. I don't even know why it says it is anymore. They should change it to say that it's not super effective, because the actual calculations don't match up. But I was able to get not even half damage off on this thing. Mega Venusaur is a bulky beast. And she puts me to sleep. I hate switching out Pokemon that are asleep, because in Wi-Fi battles, anything goes, so they could just put another Pokemon to sleep. And I figure, what can this thing do to me? And it ends up Leech Seeding me, which is a really good answer. What can this thing do to me? Leech Seed is a great, this combination of Leech Seed and Sleep Powder is a great thing to use on Mega Venusaur. But I hate switching out because I don't want to have two sleeping Pokemon. So I stay in with Blaziken, and I figure, this thing's going to go down eventually. Maybe it's got Earthquake, I've got an Air Balloon, but it just uses Sludge Bomb. And I'm just hoping that maybe I can get off a Flare Blitz and knock it into the yellow or something, and then I can just come in with my next Pokemon and take it out. Which is what ends up happening. I am able to wake up and get off a Flare Blitz before I end up dying to my recoil here. Now I'm going to switch out to my Gengar. I come in with it's Choice Specs Gengar, so it's got boosted special attack, and I figure I'll just use Sludge Bomb on this thing, and she switches out to her Exploud. I don't know why people use Exploud so much. It's not the most common Pokemon, but it's also not the rarest Pokemon to find, and maybe there's a use for it, I just haven't seen it yet. But I'm able to take that thing out in one hit, and then she switches back to Venusaur, which confused me. Maybe she didn't realize that I was stuck in Sludge Bomb, but even if I was, she still shouldn't have switched into Venusaur, which is another reason why I don't think she's a competitive battler. Or maybe she's just starting out. I don't know. We're all just kind of starting out. So now she gets smart and switches into Jucario, which I can't sludge bomb because it's steel type, so that would just be a waste of a Pokemon. I switch out to my Mawile, which was a dumb decision here. She's able to get out of Swords Dance, and then I don't switch out again. Like, I stay in as Mawile. I haven't used Mawile in a long time. I used to use it back when nobody really knew what the deal was with X and Y, like what the tiers were going to be and everything, and it was pretty good back then. But I quickly find out that it's not very defensive against a +2 attack Lucario, and really what is very defensive against a +2 attack Lucario. I'm able to get in this is Zoroark here, which is perfect with Gengar because, you know, fighting types are never going to try to attack a Gengar with fighting moves. If you hit a Gengar with, or if you hit a Zoroark with a Dark or a Ghost move thinking it's a Gengar, it's not going to do a lot of damage. So I just see it as the perfect Pokemon for oh, and people will try to attack it with Psychic moves, like here. She switches into a Psychic Pokemon thinking that it's a Gengar, she'll be able to get off a Psychic move on it, which isn't true anyway, because Gengar's way faster than Delphox. But if she thinks she can get off a Psychic move on it, it's just not going to affect Gengar or Zoroark because it's a Dark Pokemon. But she figures it out, she uses Extreme Speed in my Zoroark. This is Focus Sash anyway, so I wasn't going to die no matter what. So I get off a flamethrower. That's the other thing. Zoroark is pretty quick, so I'm able to get off moves after getting a stat boost from Nasty Plot. She sends in her last Pokemon, Pikachu. I've always wondered about Pikachu because I know that it's not the best Pokemon, but with Light Ball it can be slightly viable, and it's got to feel good taking out somebody's last Pokemon with a Pikachu. It's happened to me once or twice. So on the other end, it's got to feel great. So good battle, Serena. You know, competitive battling isn't the only reason why people play Pokemon, so maybe she wasn't just a competitive battler. I don't know, maybe she's just starting out. If you guys want to try to battle me, you know, put your friend code in the comments and challenge me to a battle. I'll post my friend code at the bottom of my page for this video. Yeah, challenge me, and I'd love to not battle passerbys anymore, just to battle people who are interested in battling me and finding good battles that way. I'm gonna try a new sign off here. Maybe it'll go well, maybe not. But hey, you know, keep battling, and in a while, Sceptile. I'll see you guys later.